Want to level up your fishing game and outsmart the fish where boats can't even reach? Stick around. This could change everything about how you fish. Today, I'm walking you through the top 7 drones for fishing, ranked from 7 to 1. I've tested these myself, dealt with their quirks, battled the wind, lost track of a few over the horizon, and I've got some stories you need to hear. Spoiler, number 1 is a beast. But before we unveil the champion, let's start with the contenders at the bottom and climb our way up. 7. Holy Stone HS600. I'll come out and say it, I was rooting for this one because the price is friendly and Holy Stone is kind of the everyone's first drone brand. On paper, the HS600 is doing a lot right. Foldable arms for easy packing, a brushless motor for quieter flight, and a 4K EIS camera that actually looks decent when the light is good. You get GPS, return to home, and some handy tracking features. All big pluses for casual anglers who are just curious about aerial fishing. But after getting some real use out of it, the honeymoon fades fast if you're serious about fishing. The 56-minute flight time they brag about is only under perfect conditions. Load it up with bait or fly it in a stiff breeze, and the battery zips down dramatically. What really tripped me up was the payload limit. The HS600 just isn't cut out for heavy bait drops or long rigs. Try anything too ambitious, and it'll labor in the air, or worse, get a little wobbly way out over the water. And the camera, while good enough for scouting, simply doesn't cut it for proper fish spotting when the light gets tricky, or if you want super clear footage of your drop spot. Now, to be fair, if you're just dipping your toes into drone fishing, maybe dropping a lightweight rig from the beach or a dock, this drone can still add a fun twist to your trip. But if you're hoping for something reliable, durable, and powerful enough for bigger jobs, the HS600 is a stepping stone, not a destination. 6. BRDRC Bait Dropping Drone. First impression, it's built specifically with fishing in mind, packing a bait dropping device right out of the box. That's great. It's got the core essentials, good GPS stability, a payload release that works from the controller, and a camera you can use to scout the water. But honestly, the thrill kind of stops there. One of the struggles I had was with the flight stability, especially over rougher seas. Even with GPS assist, it's just not as rock solid as you want when you're dropping bait with precision. Maybe in calm park pond conditions, but over that unpredictable saltwater gust, you'll notice some nerve-wracking shaking. Battery life felt a bit exaggerated too. They list long times, but after some real-world use with the bait dropper loaded, I had to bring it in sooner than I'd prefer. And don't get me started on the controller's range. It's fine close in, but try moving a little further offshore or down the beach, and the video feed sometimes lags or drops out. I mean, I tried to trust it, but there's always that voice in the back of my head going, is it coming back, or am I swimming for it today? There are upsides. Setup is easy, and it's fun for quick, simple bait drops in controlled situations. But for anyone with big ambitions, needing serious power or confidence hovering over unpredictable water, there are definitely stronger choices coming up on this list. Number 5. BRDRC Mavic Air 3 Payload Release. Now to clarify, this isn't a drone itself, but an accessory designed to convert the DJI Mavic Air 3 into a fishing beast with payload drop capability. I attached this to my own Air 3, and here's where it shines. You get all the flight stability, camera quality, and sophisticated controls of the DJI ecosystem, plus the bonus of being able to carry and release bait wherever you want. Setting up the payload release was pretty painless, even for someone who gets impatient reading instructions. The design is clever. It hooks up without tools and doesn't block your camera, which means you still get killer footage even while hauling bait. You can program the drop remotely via your controller, which is super satisfying after all the fiddly manual release gadgets I've wrestled with before. That said, you're capped by the payload capacity and battery of the Air 3. It'll definitely fly with a lightweight rig, but if you're the kind of angler who likes dropping a full sandwich-size hunk of bait, you'll feel the limits. It's also not waterproof, obviously, so you want to stay pretty cautious about flying low or sending it into a saltwater mist. A dunk in the ocean and whoop, there goes your investment. Still, the flexibility is awesome if you already own a Mavic Air 3. For folks wanting a do-it-all drone and a serious fishing accessory, this is a smart combo. But if you want something that's burly and built for the extremes, keep watching. 4. Swellpro Fisherman MAX. The whole point of this drone is to handle what most typical drones can't. Wind, water, heavy rigs, you name it. The Fisherman MAX is waterproof, so you don't even flinch when a surprise wave rolls up. The body feels rugged. The payload capacity is far higher than any of the previous drones. We're talking multiple rigs, big baits, the works, and it'll still come home steady. Even in the wind, or after one of those oops, dropped my controller in the sand moments, the MAX feels like it's built to survive your mistakes. From a camera standpoint, things are solid. The live view is clear, and positioning your drop is a breeze. The flight time is more than respectable, and the range, you'll lose sight of it before you hit the limit. The airdrop mechanism is beefy and reliable. I tested it over both freshwater and open ocean. Never twitched, never failed. Heck, I even used it to hook up a fishing line and send it out way past where the surf breaks. Yes, it's pricey. And yes, carrying a heavier drone with a chunkier battery takes a bit more commitment. The complexity means you'll want to run through the setup and checks before every trip. She's not a grab-and-go flyer. But if confidence is what you want, this is where it begins to feel almost unfair for the fish. Number 3. SwellPro Fisherman Drone FD1. Top 3. At number 3, the SwellPro Fisherman Drone FD1 has a real following for a reason. Think of this as the workhorse pick. It's completely waterproof, fly through rain, land it on the water, splash zone is no problem. It brings a dedicated payload release system, GPS-based flight modes, and all the safety features like return to home, low battery landing, and real-time telemetry, so you're never guessing how your battery's holding up. Let me tell you, the first time I hovered this thing above a boil of baitfish and then dropped my rig where boats couldn't reach, it felt like unlocking a cheat code for shore fishing. Wind stability? Surprisingly good. The battery life stood up to multiple heavy drops in a single session, and the range is impressive. No scary signal lost moments when you're really pushing out past the breakers. One thing that stands out with the FD1 is the peace of mind. You can run it in salt, dunk it, even reel the line straight from the drone, and it's engineered for those unexpected moments when other drones might call it quits. It feels less like a toy and more like real gear, which is exactly what you want. 2. SwellPro FD1 Plus. Here's the thing. The SwellPro FD1 Plus just takes everything I loved about the FD1 and polishes it to near perfection. Right out of the box, it feels purpose-built for fishing, heavy-duty waterproofing, a higher payload for serious rigs, and the reliability factor gets notched up. There are thoughtful upgrades, a better camera, improved flight controller, and the option for 2 different payload dropper modules, depending on whether you want quick, light casts or are hauling half a fish as bait. On the water, wow. You just feel in control, even when the wind picks up or you want to dump bait at the end of the pier and everyone else is stuck lobbing sinkers that never quite make it. The camera, live stream, and even the phone app let you frame the perfect shot and check the area for fish activity, all without needing a spotter. The flight time is plenty for a full morning of fishing launches without anxiety. You hear the whine, watch your line arc out, press a button, and bam! Your bait drops right where you want it. What gets me about the FD1 Plus is just how frustration-free it is. Every risk you worry about with flying something expensive over water, they've tackled. The controls are intuitive, the waterproof design means you're never living in fear of a rogue wave, and the drop system just clicks. If you're serious about drone fishing, but maybe not ready for the latest flagship, this is the one. Number 1. SwellPro FD3. Here's the showstopper. Number 1. The SwellPro FD3. If you've made it this far and you want the ultimate, this is it. The FD3 isn't just waterproof. It's been designed for the realities of actual, nasty, unpredictable shore fishing. The flight stability blew me away. Gusty wind, side currents, nothing fazed it. And the payload? Massively improved. You can customize it for ultra-long line drops, heavyweights, or even dual line releases if you're fishing with a buddy. What's wild is the new camera system. You get live HD video streaming, which is actually good enough to spot schools of fish or plan your approach in real time. The flight controls feel like an extension of your hands, smooth, precise, nothing choppy or delayed, even on longer flights. I loaded this thing up, pushed it as far as I dared, and every time it delivered the rig like a pro and returned locked on to home. I know people get nervous about landing pricey drones, especially over saltwater, but with the FD3, the waterproofing and floatability actually held up in my accidental water landings. Plus, with improved battery life and fail-safes, you get more time in the air and less stress about wind or battery creep. Yes, it's an investment, but if you want the best tool, one that sharpens both your edge and your fun, this is the drone to own. Final thought, and there you go, 7 drones, tested, ranked, and reviewed in real fishing situations. If you're looking to break your PB from the beach, swamp, or that secret lake, one of these is about to become your favorite rod and reel upgrade. If you've got questions, drop them below. Tight lines, and yeah, let the fish wonder how you're beating them this time.